Hey guys, welcome back on the channel. So in this video, let me tell you something about impermanent loss. Usually that's what bothers people the most. I have this inactive position made of BTCB and USDT. The position is out of range, but I'm not rebalancing right now unless I would want to deposit something. And this is why you shouldn't bother to rebalance a position when you're out of range on the downside, particularly for such a small amount. So I'm slightly out of range. Let me switch up the price here. So the current price right now is slightly below 70K, $69,800, and my downside range is 70K. Most people do this mistake and only rebalance when they are out of range. But generally speaking, that is going to be the worst decision because right now I'm holding 100% of the asset, which is underperforming in the pair. Wherever the price goes up or down, you always get exposed to the worst performing asset in any given liquidity pair, right? So this is not the best example because we're talking about Bitcoin and I think it's going to be up in the future, but it goes to show my point. Because if I would be rebalancing right now, I'm currently renegotiating my Bitcoin holdings at the current price, which is below my range. And if instead I wait for the price to go up, even if only slightly in range, Bitcoin then will be worth more, so I can get a better deal. And that means I can rebalance, increasing my downside range and having a slightly better deal because I'm buying USDT with a higher value of Bitcoin compared to what it is now. And probably that is the number one mistake that I see people doing quite a lot in liquidity pools, is because they are having this trader mindset. They see the position going out of range, they think they're losing out, but you have to take a breather. And the only case I would consider rebalancing right now is if I would be able to deposit some more. In that case, yeah, because I'm buying the dip and I'm taking advantage of that dip to increase my position. So in that case, yeah, I do think it would be a good call. But if instead you do not want to deposit, there are definitely other strategies you can apply right now to rebalance your position without locking in permanent loss. But if you are constantly doing this, you will lose out, especially if the price keeps going down, and you will lock impermanent loss after impermanent loss every time that you rebalance, because you're doing the worst deal that you could do. You're buying the top and then you're rebalancing by selling at a lower price than you bought. Eventually over time, if the market keeps going down, that will crush your position, okay? And looking at current context, recently we had these resistance points here at around 75K and 73K, 72K. So potentially these in the short term will be the ideal market price conditions for me to balance the LP that I just showed you. But that's also why I keep saying on my videos, provide liquidity to blue chips, especially Bitcoin liquidity pools, because I will not shy away from buying the dip in those. I do expect them in the long run to bounce back to even new all-time highs. It's completely different doing this with the blue chip asset pools than compared with the meme coin that can last for a couple of weeks. During that time, the yield will be off the charts, but then it completely flats out and eventually it can die off. In other words, it's not a long-term play. And there's other things we can do with blue chip asset liquidity pools in order to help us along the way and play this game in the long run. One of those things is also DCA into the pool and deposit over time. Of course, these are just a few options, a few comments, but it's definitely one of the mistakes that I see people doing the most. Keep rebalancing while the price goes down, lowering their upside just to keep in range and generate fees. But the more you do that, the more you will get wrecked in the long run. Let's say if you start with this upside range and you have something like this on the downside, then you keep rebalancing and you move both ranges, but especially the top one, when you lower it in order to squeeze in that range and get a bigger APR, it might seem to be the good move currently, but once the tides turn, you will be much more limited in order to enjoy a potential price rally that eventually we'll see happening. And if that is the case, then you're locked out of range once again, and that will lead you to rebalance trying to buy the top to get back in range once again, and doing this over and over again, it will get you wrecked, and that's why most people don't see their liquidity pools working. They're also playing with very tight ranges, which is not optimal in the long term in my opinion. So quick video just to share some thoughts. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments. And by the way, I'll link up on screen right now a video where I show you how you can rebalance your position while avoiding impermanent loss completely. Go check it out if you need. Short video today. Thank you for watching. Take care. Keep exploring crypto. I'll see you in the next one.